Hello, welcome back to MysteryStock. From urban legends to dark pasts, we have listed some ominous places, which promise to bring the chills, the excitement, and the fear to those who don't scare easily. From old prisons to abandoned asylums, take a look at some of the most haunted places in our world. First, RMS Queen Mary in Long Beach, California. Aside from a brief stint as a warship in World War II, the RMS Queen Mary served as a luxury ocean liner from 1936 to 1967. During that time, it was the site of at least one murder, a sailor being crushed to death by a door in the engine room, and children drowning in the pool. The city of Long Beach purchased the ship in 1967 and turned it into a hotel, and it still serves that purpose today. Although the reported ghosts of the deceased passengers get to stay for free. For an extra dose of spine-tingling experiences, try and visit the ship's engine room, considered by many to be a hotbed of paranormal activity. If you love all things mysterious, be sure to subscribe as we will bring you a new video 3+ times per week. Thank you. Up next on our most haunted list. England's ancient Ram Inn has played many roles over the centuries. Built in 1145, as a former priest's residence, housing for masons and slaves, an inn, and a public house. It is said to be one of the most haunted buildings in the country. The inn has been owned by many people since 1145 and was in the private ownership of John Humphreys until his death in December 2017. With ghostly children, a high priestess and many paranormal experiences, this place is sure to give you the willies. The hit paranormal show Ghost Adventures actually investigate this property, which is definitely worth a watch. The castle, like Eastern State Penitentiary, took solitary confinement to new levels when it was built in 1829. Prisoners lived alone, exercised alone, and ate alone. When an inmate left his cell, a guard would cover his head with a hood so he couldn't see or be seen. The prison had to abandon its solitary system due to overcrowding in 1913, although the forms of punishment did not get any less severe before it closed for good in 1970. Chaining an inmate's tongue to his wrists is one example of the abuse that people endured. The site now welcomes thousands of visitors every year, both for its museum and Halloween celebrations. Reported paranormal happenings have included disembodied laughter, shadowy figures, and pacing footsteps. Would you spend the night there? Let us know in the comments. The Forbidden City is a palace complex in Dongcheng district in Beijing at the center of the imperial city of Beijing. No trip to Beijing is complete without a visit to the Forbidden City, China's former imperial palace that now serves as a museum. But you might not know that the popular tourist destination has quite the reputation among supernatural enthusiasts. During its 600-year tenure as a palace, the complex had its fair share of murders, whether from jealous concubines poisoning one another or executions performed at the emperor's behest. Needless to say, there have been many reports of strange phenomena since the palace opened to the public in the 1940s. The most common story involves a woman dressed in white, as most good ghost stories do, strolling around the grounds and sobbing. I really hope you're enjoying the video. Please leave a like as it really helps out a lot. Thanks again. We need to leave a trigger warning for the following section, which contains reference to suicide. This list would not be complete without Aokigahara Forest in Japan. This seemingly serene forest at the foot of Mount Fuji has a tormented past. Darkly known as Suicide Forest, Aokigahara has been the site of 500 reported suicides since the 1950s. In 2003, 105 bodies were found in the forest, exceeding the previous record of 78 in 2002. Some blame this trend on the forest's association with demons in Japanese mythology. In recent years, local officials have stopped publicizing the numbers in an attempt to decrease Aokigahara's association with suicide. Others point towards large underground deposits of iron, which interfere with compasses and make it easy to get lost. In fact, many hikers will mark their path with tape or string to make it easier to find their way back out again. Parts of Aokigahara are very dense, and the porous lava rock absorbs sound, contributing to a sense of solitude that some visitors attribute to the forest. This is definitely on our bucket list. How about you? And now Dragson Slot, or Dragson Castle, was originally built in 1215, making it one of the oldest castles in Denmark and reportedly the most haunted castle in all of Europe. In the 16th and 17th century, parts of it were used to house prisoners of noble ranking, and in 1694 it was rebuilt in a Baroque style. The castle is thought to be home to at least 100 ghosts, including the Earl of Bothwell, the husband of Mary Queen of Scots, who died as a prisoner in the castle. You may also see the White Lady wandering the halls, whose skeleton was found encased in a wall by builders in 1930. Even the Earl is said to ride through the courtyard with a full horse and carriage. Truly creepy. The castle has been transformed into a luxurious hotel with lavish rooms and a Michelin-rated restaurant serving locally sourced food. The hotel offers their own guided tour explaining the history of the building, and you can even book a ghost tour. The Hellfire Club was a hunting lodge built in 1925 for William Connolly, who was an Irish parliamentary speaker. The stones of the buildings are from ancient passage tombs, said to have angered the devil, which first associated the site with the supernatural. The lodge reportedly became a gathering place for a small group of Dublin elites, who met for debauchery and devil worship. Its ruins sit atop the summit of Montpelier Hill in the foothills of the Dublin Mountains. Tales of animal sacrifice, black masses, cloven-hoofed man and murder are linked to the structure. The most popular tale is of a visit by a satanic creature, in the form of a man, who was only discovered when one of the players dropped a card and on picking it up, noticed the guest had cloven feet. The most regular ghostly visitor is a young lady, believed to have been placed in a barrel, set on fire and rolled down the hill in an act of cruelty. The Hellfire Club is a popular stopping point on a walking trail through the Dublin Hills. Ghost tours of the site are also available, with extra tours running for the week of Halloween. Another for the bucket list? Up next, Teatro Topia, San Juan in Puerto Rico. First built in 1824, is the oldest freestanding drama stage building is the horseshoe-shaped opera house in Puerto Rico, which has been the center of the city's cultural life for over 100 years. Don't let its supernatural connection put you off. It's worth a visit for its unique design alone. The stalls here are said to be haunted by the spirit of an actress who fell to her death during a performance. She returned to haunt the venue from beyond the grave and can still be heard at times, singing from the stage. There have even been reports of doors slamming shut backstage too. Teatro Topia, in addition to its fame as one of Puerto Rico's most haunted sites, hosts a full calendar of more earthly events including frequent ballet and opera performances. Now we'll take you to Kelly's Castle in Malaysia. This unfinished mansion was started by a Scottish planter named William Kelly Smith. It was meant to be a gift for his wife, but sadly he died of pneumonia in Lisbon, Portugal, where he was visiting to purchase a lift for the property. Neither his wife nor his children could bear to return to the property, and other family didn't wish to return to Malaysia, so it was left to decay and become derelict. Photographers visiting the area for its nature and wildlife have claimed to see ghostly figures standing by the window frames. The man himself, Mr. Kelly Smith, despite dying in Portugal, is still said to haunt the second-floor hallway, no doubt disappointed his grand vision was never completed. Kelly's Castle still stands to this day, and you can embark on a private tour to fully explore the building and its history. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe for more. See you in the next one.